Hello, good evening, and once again, welcome to another live program as scheduled. As you recall, I had promised that I was going to come today and talk about affordable housing. As I mentioned in my advert, um, affordable housing there's a big debate about affordable housing. So therefore, quite a number of people do think that some of the houses that we sell are expensive. That is true. It's expensive for some, but not for everyone. So before really getting into it, I just want to thank everyone for the numerous messages that I had received from friends, loved ones, clients, partners on the recent award that TAF Africa Global received when we've been honored on this African Union Housing Awards and conference that took place in Zanzibar last week, which was on the 16th of October. First, if I may talk about the African Union Housing Finance, it's an organization that is about 40 years old. So this year, the annual conference was celebrating 40 years in existence. And it is the second time that they are hosting an awards night. Awards night to honor those players within the industry who are making a difference. Last year, we were awarded the biggest developer, the biggest affordable housing developer in Africa. And that was was given out in Windhoek, Nigeria. So it's Windhoek in Namibia. So mostly these awards here, especially for the ones that we've received like this. I mean, it's done through very keen competition. What happens is that you are nominated. Once you are nominated, there are a panel of judges, and these judges they will now ask for data, meaning there are certain things that they will ask for. How long have you been in business? That's for example, the nature of the business. Where is it that you are doing the business? So facts will give it to them, and then they will assess things like your turnover, your finance, human resources. There's quite a lot of details that they do ask for. So when you submit these, there are a panel of judges who will go through all this and then now decide on who the awardees are. So as I said last year in Windhoek in Namibia, we were awarded the biggest investor in affordable housing in Africa. This year, we got awarded um, uh, the, um, the most innovative um, affordable housing public-private partnership in Africa for 2024. So it's an honor, not only for us, but also for the government of River State. River State is in Nigeria, in Port Harcourt. And so it's a partnership between TAF Africa Global and the government of River State. And that is why it is called a public private partnership. And some do believe that this is the best way that you can deliver affordable housing. So we were chosen by the judges, and it's on the Greater Port Harcourt City that we were awarded this honor. So we want to thank you all for this, and we thought that if we have been recognized as the winner and the most innovative public-private partnership affordable housing project, which is the Greater Port Harcourt, I think it's good to open up some dialogue. One, to share how this is done. That's number one. And then number two, just to open up a dialogue to try and define what affordable housing is. Because the debate is on. It's not only in Africa, but what internationally, there's a lot of debate around affordable housing. Before affordable housing, the phrase was low-cost housing. But over time, it has now been changed and it is called affordable housing. So if we try to define affordable housing, what is affordable housing? I think in a general term, affordable housing is meant for a certain category of people, people who are somehow, in our own terms, within the middle class and the lower class of society. Those who basically are working and are salaried. People who will not be able to buy houses by taking out the cash and buying it, or they have some other businesses. So therefore, they can only pay for this through a structured finance. So therefore, in most cases, what would happen is that a partnership like what we have just done in Sierra Leone and in Nigeria, that's a better way of delivering it. And the reason why it is a better way of delivering it, a private developer normally will have to pay for everything. I mean, meaning the land, the imported materials, paying the right taxes, bringing the right material, paying for labor, and all this is done within the open market. So therefore, building an affordable house will not make much difference with anybody trying to build something for the upper class. So in order to make it affordable, there must be partnership. And partnership is best done between the private developer and the public sector. Public sector meaning government. You know, government have a lot of input in trying to bring housing affordable, and also even some government parastatals. So in areas where it has worked well and it becomes affordable, like some people do ask, why are your houses in Nigeria, more affordable than those in the Gambia? And the simple reason is that in Nigeria, because it's a partnership, the government are the ones who bring in the land. Those are the ones who bring in the land. So the government brings the land in, so the developer doesn't buy the land. And then the government now gives you some other incentives in order to bring the price of the house down. So yes, if that's the case, the price will definitely go down. But where a private developer goes into the open market, and this is not only for me, I am talking in general, where a private developer goes into the open market, buys the land, pays all the taxes, buys all the material, paid the labor as paid in the open market, it is very difficult to bring the price down. Because what the developer would do is put all these components together and then put a margin on it, which is his profit, overhead, taxes, and so on. So it makes it very difficult to bring the prices low for a certain category of people. Now, let's now go into the definition of affordable housing. In one definition, it says that an affordable house is a house that is built and sold so that the buyer can buy from his or her salary for nothing more than 30% into his mortgage. Not more than 30%. So for example, if you are earning $10,000, you should be able to pay a mortgage, or you should pay a mortgage of nothing less than $3,000. That is considered to be affordable. And then he should be able to access a mortgage. Now, the mortgage is not provided by the developer. Mortgages are provided by financial institutions. In some countries, there are particular mortgage institutions like banks that you go and apply, for a mortgage. That yes, I want to buy a house from TAF. So this is the price. It's the bank that will analyze your earnings to make sure that you should be you are able to buy. But in general, it is accepted that you should be able to pay 30% on your salary. So that's where you should start from. Forget about the price of the house, but you look at the person who is buying, what is it that he or she can afford? That's where it starts from. So if you receive a salary, somebody's asking of $5,000 in normal terms, and we will let's quickly do that. If you are earning $5,000, that's okay, $5,000. So $5,000, you should take 30% of that because you have to live, you have to pay your kids' school fees, you have to pay your rent. So what you should be able to pay on mortgage, it's $1,500. So now $1,500 is if you multiply that by 12, that's $18,000 every year. And it is also assumed that the mortgage you are paying, it should not be more than 25 years. So $18,000 is multiplied by 25 years is $450,000. But that is without interest being paid. And no mortgage institution or no bank will give you an interest-free loan to buy a house. You must pay mortgages. You must pay interest. So when you pay interest, you can now imagine how much you should come up with. That $3,000 is, if it includes interest, it means that you are probably only eligible to buying a house that is probably less than $200,000. And $200,000, you cannot build a house because the house is not ours. As I said, we buy materials, we pay taxes. So there are so many things that you will do to be able to build a house. So if we cannot have somebody who buys it, who pays for that, then we cannot build a house. And I want us also to understand that a house is like any other commodity. People sell cars. When you want to go and buy a car, there's a price for a car, and there's a reason why there's a price for that car. If you want to go and buy furniture, you have to also pay what it costs to make the furniture. If you even want to buy food, you will have to pay what it takes to build up that food. So this is the issue. I think one should be able to understand what is it that makes up a house. For example, we are building in Gunjur. We don't own the land. We have to buy the land. Who owns the land? It's the local community that owns the land. And so therefore, they will come up and tell you that this is the price we are selling, so you pay for the price. And then the rest, without going into details, you have to build it up. So affordable housing for the general population can only be possible through subsidies. Recently, when we went to, I was in Zanzibar, and we saw some houses nicely being built, but government subsidized those houses because it is government that brought the land in, and they gave concessions to the housing corporation. And the housing corporation don't pay taxes. So a lot of subsidies were put in place for it to be able so that it's affordable. But yet still, it cannot be affordable to everybody. So this is what I wanted to come up with, that let us try and define what affordable housing is. Affordable housing, you cannot just put a price on it. What is affordable to somebody earning $20,000? It cannot be the same as somebody earning $5,000. It's generally in life. Those who earn more will have, something bigger or better than those who earn less. And that has got nothing to do with the builder. So please, it is not any builder's fault that the houses are expensive. So, and this is not only about TAF, because I want us to have an open discussion to understand how is this made. So for me, that's my definition, that you should start from the earning. You should start from the salaried worker, because you are supposed to pay for it. So, and when you're paying, it is accepted that your deduction should not be more than 30% of your earning. Now, if you are earning $5,000, I'm very sorry, but that is not my fault. You know, we all have our work and we have our salary. We wish we could have, you know, built houses that everybody can afford. But as a private developer, it is very difficult to do so. So that's what I wanted to open up. And I think it is good to have these conversations so people will understand exactly that it is not tough, the developer who just wants to sell a house for so much. Every commodity, I mean, this phone that all of us, we have phones, there's a price for a phone. If a brand new, if a brand new iPhone comes out, the iPhone, whether it's 15 or 16, it's the same price everywhere. There's not a cheap iPhone and an expensive iPhone. There is a price tag to it. Now, those who can afford to buy the iPhone are those who earn more. And that is not my fault, or that is not our fault, or that is not any builder's fault. So this is, it's good to have these conversations, because we often have people who think, oh, no, no, your houses are too expensive. Some people do ask, even from one country to the other. But let me give you an example why it is cheap to build in Nigeria. In Nigeria, the VAT, the tax, the value added tax, is 7.5%. In Gambia, the VAT is 15%. So everything that you buy in Nigeria, government only adds a value added tax of 7.5%. But everything else that you buy in Gambia or Sierra Leone, the government adds 15%. So therefore, it will be more expensive than what is in Nigeria. That's only one aspect. Petrol is about half the price in Nigeria compared to Gambia and Senegal and Sierra Leone. Petrol, for example, in Nigeria, the price of petrol is about 60 cents. The price of petrol both in Sierra Leone and Gambia is $1.20. So these are the problems. So we have to put all these, our costs into consideration to come up with a price, put our margin, and then sell it. So this is what I wanted to bring up today. I've been already on air about, we have about 12 minutes to go. It's always good to go through the comments, and we engage, and I read the comments out, and where necessary, I will respond. And on Facebook, we have Ams Gambia, who says, hello, brother, how are you doing? Well, that's it. And then Sekou Diouf says, houses is too expensive. Why it's not for everyone? A house is not for everyone anywhere in the world. There's nowhere in the world where houses are built for everyone. So Gambia cannot be an exception, or Sierra Leone cannot be an exception. It is meant for what you earn. Your earnings will enable you to be able to buy a house. It's not only a house, to run your life. What you earn will enable you to buy whatever that you require. Then Blaine Celestian says, Assalamu alaikum. Messin May said, I salute you, sir. You are really a great man. Thank you very much. That's a compliment. And then Blaine Celestian just calculated $3,000 is $48 as at today's rate. So imagine $48. Really go to the bank and tell them that you want to loan to buy a house at $48. The bank, we know that the interest rates today, if they lend you money, you will pay over 20%. Now, if you take any loan and you are paying 20% every year, in 5 years, it will be double. So that is a reality, and that has got nothing to do with a developer. Then Abu Bakar Dabo, that's BB Dabo on Facebook, says, this is a very interesting discussion, but it's breaking at my end. I'm sorry, that's technology, and probably your network is not very strong. Philip King, good job for Sierra Leone micro city. That's a compliment. Guno Strict says, very important information. JSM Kamara, building is not cheap. I know because I am currently building on my own. So please stop complaining about the prices. Well, thank you. At least you have tried yourself. I know we hear this all the time where some say, oh no, you can build the money, you can build more. But I have also had quite a number of people who attempted building for themselves that they will have some terrible experiences. But people have a choice. You have a choice to come and buy a ready-made house, or if you want to do it yourself, you are free to do so. I mean, we are not forcing anybody to come and buy from us. We have a product like everybody who's selling. Yes, we would wish that anybody who can afford it to come and buy from us. But if you decide to build on your own, that's your choice. You can do it. It's your money, it's your choice, whatever you want to do. Then GSM Camera says materials are expensive. Mason May said absolutely good indeed. And then Banja Kalilu says the iPhone analog doesn't apply here. Some have iPhone while their salaries are low still, but they can afford it. It's the price they pay. Banja, I'll challenge you on this. The price of iPhone, when it's released brand new, you pay the same price everywhere. If your salary is low and you can get the money elsewhere, maybe you can do the same thing to buy a house. But you don't go and buy an iPhone and they give you a special price because you are of a certain category of society. That doesn't happen. The price of iPhone sold by Apple is the price everywhere. So then Banja Kalilu said, good information. Fatou Gay says, awesome. On Facebook, Usman Jallo says, what advice would you give to startups in the real estate business? If you want to go real business, it's not easy. Go and work first within the industry. Build your experience. That's my advice. If you are a startup, go and work for a big company. Try to be employed, and you understand how it is done. The issue of startups these days, we hear them all the time, and generally in the world, a high percentage of startups in businesses, they fail because you are just there and competition is keen. You are swimming against some very heavy waves and tides. And I have given the example over and over and over again that I never just started doing business as a startup. I worked for 15 good years under some reputable companies to build my experience before I can start my business. So that was on Facebook. Let me quickly see if I can go on TikTok for those that have any contribution or questions to ask. Let me see. I don't think I can see that many. Let us see. Hi, uncle, I want to work with you. If you want to work, really go to the site and apply. Actually, I'm not even in the Gambia. For Greater TAF City, let me see. Yes, on Facebook and Instagram, I want to play a video of Greater TAF City so people will know what is going on there. It's a project, obviously, we started in January, and now here we are in October, and you will see the massive development that has taken place. But again, we want to compliment it. I think the internet in the Gambia is very slow. That's where we're loading the videos, but it seems that it's difficult being loaded. Again, those who are on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram, You are finding it difficult seeing the motion pictures because the internet is slow there. I am really sorry. There's nothing that can be done. He's trying. My guys are trying to load it, but it's difficult. I mean, that's again internet in the Gambia. It's very slow. It's very slow, unfortunately.
I was a little bit skeptical
And
because I had a friend, that had this kind of investment, and it's over 3 years, and they've not delivered that project up till now. So he was like discouraging me to come for this. However, I just said, let me give it a shot. You can never tell. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Yeah, but it's a whole new story. It's unbelievable.
Wow.
It's as if I'm not in Nigeria.
Oh, lovely.
Because you guys kept your word. I did this investment less than 6 months because I was actually told 6 months. I didn't believe it, but you met the expectation, and that's great. Well, it's a lovely experience, far-reaching, and what I expected. In fact, you guys, my expectations were well met and even over.
Okay, so we're really glad for you putting your whole trust in us and we delivering. We're glad to have you here, and we know that the word will be out there for others to have that faith and trust in us to invest with Greater TAF City. Thank you so much, sir.
okay, those who were listening, those are the short videos we did with testimonies on the project that we delivered in Port Harcourt. What you saw there was started in January, and now some of the houses are ready. Let's see comments that we have that are really relevant to the subject matter. Some of the questions we have, or some of that are coming up, are irrelevant, so I will not definitely read them. Some people are asking about land, where we have land. We have in C4, we have in Faraba, TAF City. And now, anybody who wants to of the projects, just contact us to our email, which is info@tafafricaglobal.com. Really, I haven't seen much of very relevant contributions coming from TikTok. Those who wants to buy from us, in the Gambia, the numbers are 7762 or 3762 and then in Sierra Leone it's plus 232 090 or 01 and sorry 003 and 04. If you have a question, just type it. When Mr. M. Jalo says, I have a question. If you have just type your question, and then if it's relevant, we will respond. We have about a few minutes to go, 1 minute to go, or 2 minutes. So please, let's see what questions that you have. Somebody said, please, I'm living in Europe. Okay, fine. So if you live in Europe, those are the numbers. If you are interested, just send us an email or a WhatsApp. If you have your land and you want us to build, I'm sorry, we don't build on people's land. We sell houses, or you can deliver, you can get your houses, you can buy land. We do sell land also. So thank you very much. Great compliments from all of you. Been around now for almost 30 minutes, as we always do. We want to thank all of you. We've seen all the compliments that you have been sending through. congratulating us on what we have done. We are proud of it. It's a lot of hard work. On a final note, I want to thank all my staff. I want to thank all my staff um, and for their contributions. Because winning this award actually just confirms who we are, what we stand for, and we are glad that at this level we are being recognized. It is not about me, it's about a teamwork. There are 3 different teams working in 3 different countries, and I coordinate all of them. But without them, these projects would have never been successful. So I want to thank all the staff that and for the hard work they do. And then also to our clients, because we have clients who really trust us. We sell off plan, and what they do is to pay their money before the building is done. And that can only be achieved out of confidence. So we want to thank all of you. Time is up. Till next week, we'll come up with another topic. We just thought that we shouldn't only be coming to sell you our houses, but we should open up some dialogue on some of the issues that are misconstrued. So if you have, go and do your research or any question that you want, send them over and let us discuss it. Dialogue is the way forward for any progressive businessman or entity. And that's what TAF Africa Global stands for. So thank you very much, and God bless you all till next week, Sunday. God bless you. Thank you. Bye-bye.